Rumble and street vendors call out their prices. A 13-year-old girl named Alyssa stands on a cracked sidewalk clutching a faded microphone. The afternoon sun burns hot on the pavement, but she doesn't seem to notice. Her voice rises above the chaos, clear, soulful, and filled with emotion, as she sings, "The Climb," by Miley Cyrus. Her audience is small at first, a few curious onlookers, a vendor taking a break, a child holding an ice cream. But as she continues, her voice grows stronger, more powerful. Even the noise of traffic seems to quiet down. Some people stop, others record her with their phones. Coins begin to clink into the small tin can by her feet, each one a symbol of hope. Alyssa's father watches from across the street, his hands rough from years of labor, pride shining in his tired eyes. Their family doesn't have much. Their home is a small wooden shack near the train tracks, but Alyssa's gift gives them something money can't buy: dreams. She closes her eyes as she hits the chorus, her voice trembling with emotion. "There's always gonna be another mountain." When she finishes, a gentle applause fills the air. A woman approaches her, smiling. "You sound like an angel, Iha. Don't ever stop singing." Alyssa bows shyly, whispering, "Thank you." Later that night, as she and her father walk home with their few coins, Alyssa wonders aloud, "Do you think I could ever sing on a big stage someday?" Her father smiles and replies, "Maybe the world just needs to hear your voice." Unbeknownst to them, one of those videos posted online is already spreading, and the world is about to hear her. The airplane doors open, and Alyssa steps out into a new world, Los Angeles, a city she's only ever seen in movies. The air feels different, cooler, almost electric with possibility. She clutches her small backpack tightly as her mother walks beside her, both overwhelmed by the bustling airport filled with travelers, flashing lights, and unfamiliar voices. They've come a long way from the crowded streets of Manila. Their entire journey was funded by donations from strangers online who saw Alyssa's viral video and wanted to help. As they ride a shuttle toward the city, Alyssa presses her face against the window, staring in awe at the skyline, tall glass buildings reflecting the California sun. "Mama," she whispers, "it's so beautiful." Her mother smiles softly. "Yes, Anik, but remember, beauty means nothing if you forget where you came from." The next morning, they arrive at the America's Got Talent studio. The massive sign glows in gold and red lights. Alyssa's hands tremble as she holds her audition number. Backstage, she watches other contestants warming up, dancers, magicians, and singers with fancy clothes and perfect makeup. She feels small, her simple outfit a sharp contrast to the glitz around her. A stage assistant kneels beside her and says kindly, "Hey, you nervous?" Alyssa nods. "Don't be," the assistant says. "You've got something special, I can feel it." Alyssa takes a deep breath and hums the opening lines of Wrecking Ball, her voice echoing softly through the hallway. Her mother places a gentle hand on her shoulder. "Do your best, Anik. You're not just singing for us, you're singing for everyone back home." Alyssa nods, her heart pounding. Her dream is no longer far away. It's waiting just beyond those bright, blinding stage lights, onto the AGT stage, and the bright lights make her squint. The crowd roars, but in her chest, a quiet nervousness battles with excitement. She clutches the microphone tightly, feeling its worn metal under her small hands. Simon Cowell sits in the front row, arms crossed, his eyes sharp and evaluating. The other judges, Heidi, Sophia, and the ever-enthusiastic host, smile encouragingly, but Alyssa feels the weight of every expectation in the room. "Hello, sweetheart, what's your name?" Simon asks, his tone skeptical. "Alyssa, I'm from the Philippines," she replies softly. "I'll be singing Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus." The music begins. At first, her voice is delicate, almost trembling, as she eases into the first verse. But then something magical happens. Her emotions take over, and her voice grows stronger, more confident. She sings with a depth of feeling that belies her age, turning the familiar song into something raw and unforgettable. Every note carries her story, of struggle, hope, and unshakable determination. The audience watches in stunned silence at first, captivated by the unexpected power of her performance. Heidi leans forward, whispering to Sophia, her voice, "It's unreal." Simon's eyes widen, his usual composure faltering as the chorus hits. Alyssa's tone soars, each high note ringing clear and true, echoing through the auditorium. By the final note, the entire audience is on their feet. The cheering is deafening. Alyssa's chest heaves. She can hardly believe it. Simon sits frozen for a moment, processing what he just heard. Tears glisten in the corners of his eyes as the applause continues. Alyssa smiles shyly, bowing her head. She's done more than just sing. She stopped the world for a moment, and made everyone in that room see her heart. The applause continues to thunder through the AGT auditorium as Alyssa lowers the microphone, her small hands trembling. The camera pans to Simon Cowell, normally the unshakable, stone-faced judge, who now sits frozen, visibly moved. His usual sharp critique is nowhere in sight. Instead, he's struggling to find words that match the depth of what he just heard. Alyssa, Simon begins, his voice soft, almost reverent. He leans forward, elbows on the judge's table. I've heard this song hundreds of times, in every possible way, but never like that. Never with so much soul, so much emotion. Miley Cyrus herself would be proud of you. The audience erupts into renewed cheers, clapping and whistling. Heidi and Sophia stand beside Simon, nodding, their expressions a mixture of awe and joy. Heidi wipes a tear from her eye, saying, "You didn't just sing, you told a story, Alyssa. A story of hope, strength, and heart." Alyssa can hardly breathe. Her mother's hand grips hers from the wings, whispering, "You did it, Anik, you did it." Simon rises from his chair, approaching the edge of the stage. His eyes glisten as he reaches for the golden buzzer, a symbol of a life-changing opportunity. He presses it without hesitation. Confetti explodes, raining down in a dazzling shower of gold and silver. Alyssa falls to her knees, overwhelmed by the moment, tears streaming freely down her face. The audience's cheers blend with the sparkling chaos around her. Her mother rushes onto the stage, hugging her tightly as Alyssa sobs, I can't believe this." Simon stands back, watching her with a rare, tender smile. "Believe it, Alyssa," he says quietly. "This is just the beginning." In that instant, she isn't just a girl from Manila anymore, she's a star, and the world has just taken notice. Back home in Manila, a small crowd has gathered around a dusty television set in Alyssa's neighborhood. Neighbors, street vendors, and even children playing nearby watch in awe as the live broadcast shows Alyssa on the AGT stage, tears streaming down her face as confetti rains around her. Gasps and cheers echo from the tiny alleyways, mixing with the honking of jeepneys and the distant chatter of the city. Alyssa's golden buzzer moment has instantly gone viral. Social media explodes with praise. Clips of her performance are shared millions of times, and fans from all over the world are calling her the Philippine powerhouse. Even Miley Cyrus herself tweets, "Whoever this girl is, she's incredible. Keep shining Philippines sparkles," sending Alyssa's name into global headlines. In Los Angeles, Alyssa and her mother sit backstage, scrolling through messages of encouragement. Letters, videos, and donations flood in from people moved by her story. For Alyssa, it's overwhelming. A dream she never dared to imagine is suddenly real. She smiles through her tears, whispering to her mother, "Mama, can you believe this?" Her mother hugs her tightly, her eyes glistening. "I always believed in you, Anik. The world is finally seeing what I've known all along." The next day, reporters from around the world crowd the studio, cameras flashing as Alyssa shares her journey, from singing on Manila streets for spare coins to performing in front of millions. Her humility and grace make headlines just as much as her extraordinary talent. As the sun sets over Manila, neighbors look out their windows, smiling with pride. Alyssa gazes at the skyline from her hotel room, thinking about the small streets where she first sang. She knows her journey is only beginning, but one thing is clear, her voice has the power to inspire the world, and nothing can stop it now. Alyssa whispers to herself, a quiet promise, this is just the beginning.